Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to take a moment of silence right now. Ruth, our dear friend Ruth Moore, wasn't feeling well. If we could just keep her in our thoughts right now. She's going over to Good Sam, so let's just take a moment of silence and ask for a speedy recovery for Ruth. Thank you, everybody. I want to first of all welcome you all here to City Hall, People's Building. I want to first of all thank each and every one of you for being here today as we kick off Women's History Month. One of my greatest joys as mayor is to be able to appoint wonderful people in the city of Brockton to different boards and commissions. The Women's Commission is a phenomenal group of dedicated Brocktonians that are trying to make a difference each and every day. If you haven't gotten one of these awesome buttons, please do. But at this time, the chair of the Women's Commission, I would like to have Ms. Rita Spinola please come and give some remarks. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. This is a great turnout. My name is Rita. Actually, I'm going to read because I don't want to forget anything. And I want to mention that this came about because of our co-chair, Martha Tester, who couldn't be here. And her idea was that she knows that this is Women's History Month. She knew that. But she thought there needed to be a unique way to honor women of Brockton. And she said, why not, during this History Month, we honor the women of Brockton? And so we got behind her so we could do that. So I'm not going to read the whole thing because we are a bit late and we have some things to do here. But what I'd like to start off with, though, is I'd like the commissioners to come forward, and I'd like you to introduce yourselves. Because it is a dedicated group of women, and I want you to be able to identify these women on the street. These are entrepreneurs, these are mothers, aunts, these are folks. So please, quickly just say your names. We can start here with Janice.
Good afternoon, my name is Janice Johnson-Plumer.
Good afternoon, my name is Sonia Jeanette Dixon.
Good afternoon, my name is Cynthia Hodges.
Good afternoon, I'm Tony Nadewuli. Good afternoon, my name is Colleen Roger-Bizarre.
Hi, I'm Beverly Coates. Hi, I'm Lori.
Good afternoon, my name is Karen Benjamin, and spelled with C.
All right, Karen. So I want to let everybody know that our commission is, the work is threefold. It's to address the needs of the women and girls. It's to encourage and empower women and girls to participate more actively in the city life of Brockton. And these are what these pins represent for us. It's saying that, letting folks know that you and I support the women and girls of Brockton, and we would like them to know more about what's happening in Brockton and get involved in city life. So when you see this, you can recognize that that's our campaign and that's what we're here to do. And it's also to support and advocate for women and girls on the local, state, and national level. What I'd like you to do before the mayor does a proclamation is to think about all of the women in your life who have made an impact. Those who have passed, those who are now here, and those who currently are making an impact in your life. And I want you to think a bit about the impact that you make in women and girls' lives. Because whether or not you'd like to be, you are a role model for women and for others. And so we're hoping that this day will kick off every year events, empowering events. We're hoping that it will kick off presentation and workshops to honor the women and girls of Brockton. So thank you for being here.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
So again, I want to thank these dedicated women that really make a difference. A lot of people were wondering when we were in the pandemic and coming out of the pandemic, when the commissions would start to pop up again. And I can tell you that the Women's Commission hasn't skipped a beat in any way whatsoever. I want to thank the women of my office, my Chief of Staff, Sydney Merrill. I want to thank Stephanie and Jasmine and Courtney and Emma. I want to thank my police chief, Brenda Perez, and my city solicitor, Megan Bridges. I want to thank our auditor, Irene. I want to thank Suzanne in my office. I want to thank Susan DeCastro, our city councilwoman that's here today. I want to thank Cynthia, who heads up our elections. I personally, as a guy that grew up in Brockton, and I'm fortunate to still have my mom alive, Susan Sullivan, and my mother-in-law is still with us, Lorraine Louisi, who really are two phenomenal women in their own right. But you know, I sacrifice a lot of time away from my own kids, Tommy, Grace, and Will. And thank God I have a phenomenal wife and partner in Maria Louise Sullivan. So there's so many people we can thank, but I can tell you right now, the city of Brockton is in wonderful, wonderful hands right now with the dedication and collaboration of these women and those that aren't here today. We have so many folks that care about making a difference and the idea of just being a human being, right? The noise in DC and all that stuff, we just have to kind of, you know, as Michelle Obama said, right? When they go low, we go high. And I can tell you right now, as the mayor, you know, we have a lot more work to do, right? But today is a wonderful example of what it means to be Brocktonians, coming together for a common purpose and having a shared vision for a better community for the next generation. So I truly thank each and every one of you. You know, you could have easily said no when we asked if you wanted to serve, but that's not what Brocktonians do. We help each other in times of need and in times of success. But I will tell you right now, the eyes of the prize will never be taken off. We're going to continue to do the right thing, set the example for the 351 cities and towns in our Commonwealth of Massachusetts, because the City of Champions is a special place, and it's a special place because of each and every one of you. So at this time, I'd like to present this mayoral proclamation to Rita as chair, but it really goes to the entire committee, and I'm going to need, oh, I have my glasses, Cindy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was going to say it. Every good woman. Mayoral proclamation, whereas women comprise 51% of Brockton's population, and whereas Brockton women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made contributions to the growth and strength of our city in countless recorded and unrecorded ways, whereas Brockton women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and social roles in every sphere of the life of the city by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside of the home. And whereas Brockton women were particularly important in the establishment of early charitable, philanthropic, and cultural institutions in our fine city, and whereas Brockton women have served our country courageously in military, whereas Brockton women have been leaders not only in securing their own right to vote, but also in the abolitionist movement, the emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement, and other noteworthy movements. Now, therefore, I, Robert F. Sullivan, as mayor of the City of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts, proudly proclaim the month of March 2025 in the City of Brockton as Brockton Women's Month, and I humbly, respectfully urge all residents and business owners in the city to join me in recognizing the accomplishment of women in the City of Brockton and beyond. Signed and sealed proudly today, the 4th day of March in the year 2025 by myself, Robert F. Sullivan, Mayor of the City of Brockton. I know Councilor Castro had a few words to say. She didn't know she did, but she does.
I'll get on my tiptoes.
No.
Thank you. I'll just say that it's a wonderful thing, a wonderful day when we're celebrating women in the city of Brockton. We don't do this often enough. And I'm so glad all of you are here. I'm so glad the mayor and the commission quarterbacked all of this, because we make the stars come out in the sky of Brockton. We do. And thank you very much for this opportunity. My best wishes to all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I just have to give one more shout out to someone that I saw at Brockton High School the other night. Last Friday night was a free the drama festival competition. And in the history of the city of Brockton, we've only had one mayor, Linda Balzotti. And I saw Mayor Balzotti always cheering the students. And so she couldn't be here today, but Linda Balzotti is a product of Brockton schools and a wonderful, wonderful person. So Mayor Balzotti, if you're watching BCA, Linda, we thank you for your dedicated service to the City of Champions. God bless you.
So before we go, we wanted to allow Mary Dithtuit to have a couple of remarks.
Thank you, Brockton. Wow. So, my name is Meredith Tewitt. I am the chair of the Massachusetts Commission on the Status of Women and president of the National Association of Commissions for Women. And Brockton, yes. So, I'm honored to be here with you ladies, and Mayor Sullivan, let me tell you, I've been attached to the Brockton Mayor's Commission for quite a few years now, when we reinstated it back in 2015, 2016. And back then I wasn't chair, I was just a regular commissioner coming to the meetings. And having this reinvigoration, this relaunch, the first week of Women's Month, right? You know, every month is Women's Month, but this month we get to bring it to the forefront. And this week, International Women's Day on Saturday, being here, hearing this awesome proclamation, and being here to help you start Brockton Women's Month. Come on, think about it. Yes, right. You know, so all the women, everyone that's watching, mothers, sisters, daughters, grandmothers, and so on, guess what our best thing is, as long as we do it together? Come here, Mayor Sullivan.
Yes, that's right.
Allies. He's an ally. We need more like him that understand what women and girls need, not just in the Commonwealth, but in your local communities, right? And without a man like Mayor Sullivan that can stand with us, stand on the platforms with us, help us build our bridges and our foundation, we will crumble. So we need to get more. Stick with him.
Thank you.
And make sure you know his wife, she did right, right? When he messes up, and I'm gonna be quick, I'm gonna say one thing, guess what we learned? Back in 1919, when women were fighting for their rights, fighting for the 19th Amendment and so on, we needed one vote, and the vote was swung by a mother saying to her son, an elected representative, you better change your vote and vote for this amendment. So anytime he acts up, call his wife. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you so much, and thank you for the remarks that were made. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Cynthia Hodges for doing this wonderful spread. So, yes, it was also a Women's Commission. So please have something to eat, and if you have ideas about the Women's Commission or something that you think would be interesting for us, please give us a call, okay? So thank you for today.
I have a message. I have a message, please, to the Women's Commission members from Dr. Paris, who has a bookstore and an ice cream cafe and has invited the Women's Commission members to come by after this is over to get a free ice cream sundae from her. She apologizes for not being able to be here, but she's teaching a class right now and will not get out until 5 o'clock. But she wants you to swing by and pick up a free ice cream sundae on her behalf. And I have something that I want to propose to the mayor. You know, you follow the women because they have a higher level of intelligence. They mature faster, and they lead.
Thank you all very much for coming, okay? Please have something to eat. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.